All right, guys, we are back. It is episode three of twofold. Almost, I almost went back to one of the older names that we were kicking around, but
That's all right.
but we're back to episode three of twofold. We have an actual very interesting perspective story today from me and Craig. So I would like to invite Craig to take it off from here.
Yeah, so I been trying to get my creative juices flowing more recently. So I've been doing a lot of writing, and easy place for me to write is in my WhatsApp group chat with my youth group team because why not? So I decided a couple of well, it was probably a couple of months ago that like I would throw in just my perspective of something once in a while, and then it started picking up steam because I got a couple of good feedbacks from people. So I just decided to, do it more often, and now I'm probably up to doing it like 3 or 4 times a week
Mm,
at this point. But I was looking at the rain today in my truck, and I was just bummed out, and it was gray and it was ugly, and like I just told you on the phone a minute ago, like
mm,
that just triggers something inside of me that makes me just think bad.
mm,
We didn't really get to my whole story, but at one point I was a heroin addict, would go through withdrawals 2 or 3 times a week because who has the money to do that every day? But it would bring me back all the way to there. Like it was a trigger that would bring me back all the way to there. And then as I'm sitting there, I'm just thinking, and like it clicks, like, oh hey, it's ugly right now, but it's not going to stay that way. And yeah, it's not the most enjoyable thing to do anything in the rain, but it's one of those things that's necessary for growth. And I have a really cool connect here. So I'm just going to read the letter because that'd just be the easiest way to do it.
mm.
So, okay, this is from this afternoon at about 5 o'clock. Hey, team. I was just sitting in my truck thinking about how some days just feel heavy. The kind of days where the sky is gray, the air feels damp, and everything just seems slower. Which really reminds me of Pennsylvania. And any of you who know. Um, those rainy, dreary days like today where motivation feels about as far away as the sun behind the clouds. But while I was watching the rain fall, something smacked me. That same rain that makes the day feel dull is also the thing that brings life. The grass doesn't grow without it. The trees don't flourish without it. Even the air feels cleaner and fresher after it's rained for a while. What looks gloomy at first is actually what makes things grow deeper and stronger. And then it connected. Our walk with God works the same way. There are sunny days where everything feels exciting, where serving in ministry feels natural, prayer comes easy, and worship feels alive. That's when motivation is high. But then there are rainy days when showing up takes effort, when we don't feel seen, when we're still caught up in work, or when that spark just isn't there. Those moments don't mean God's beauty has disappeared. It just means he's teaching us to see it differently. The rain isn't a punishment, it's preparation. In the same way, motivation is what gets you started, but discipline is what grows you. Motivation is emotional and it comes and goes. Discipline is spiritual, it's a choice. It's the decision to keep showing up, keep serving, and keep trusting that what feels dreary now might be the very thing that God is using to make you stronger. Scripture says in Hebrews 12:11, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Rain and discipline have something in common. They don't always feel good, but they both lead to growth. So when the next rainy day hits, and I put that in quotations, when you're tired, when your energy is low, when you don't feel like leading, remember that God does some of his most beautiful work in the gray. You might not see the results right away, or ever for that matter, but he's cultivating something in you that will last far beyond a measly burst of motivation. Keep showing up, keep trusting him, even when it rains. especially when it rains. God's beauty is still all around you, with you all, even in the storm. Craig.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's yeah, that's I
Yeah, tell
mean
me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're thinking.
yeah,
I wanna know. I know you usually need a minute to process, but
that's always, man. Now, like I know you didn't read the full thing to me. You said you wanted to wait anyway, but
right.
that's one of those things where I'd actually get it up right now. Um, I recorded a video, and it really ties in with what you just said. Um, and this is a video I recorded that nobody ever knew. That I recorded about 2 years ago at this point when I first started the company.
Wow.
Um, and like, let me see if I could find it real quick because it directly relates to what you're talking about.
Awesome.
Um, uh, but those moments like where you're confused, kind of like lost and unknowing of what's going to be happening in your future, it'll yeah, I found it. It'll shape you to be a
Right.
better person, and realizing that it's not a full on always situation. It's a temporary moment in life.
Yep.
It's something you have to take with a positive attitude and kind of realize that you're going to be in a better spot sooner than later.
One thing that was told to me not very long ago that I really grabbed onto is attitude shapes perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, ooh, that's good. Those are bars, man. I love that. That's like that's so good. Attitude shapes perspective. It's
Mhm.
not mine. I wish I could take credit for that, but
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny because we talked about that a little bit ago. Like,
sure.
I think it was the first podcast episode, or maybe it was like right before we started doing this. Like, I would say like I'm always positive about like what I say, but there was like a few days there where like I was just being like inadvertently super negative about it, and you're like, why are you doing that?
Why
I'm
are you
like,
fighting yourself?
yeah, literally, and I'm like, I don't actively mean it, but like once I started realizing that I was catching myself, I realized how much harm I was doing. But here, this is the video, and like this is like me at my lowest, and at this point, like everything always seems fine. Like I'm not the person that'll show my flaws often.
I
Um,
get it.
but I'll give you a little backstory after the video is done. So let me and like you can see in the video, like I am tearing up. I'm like on the verge of crying. So hold on a second. Always like this. Always the brightness jumps right up. Let's hope it doesn't do it automatically. It won't do it. It might. I'll do it over there. So I'll try my bestest to not screw this up. So oh, there it goes. It automatically does it. Like today where you kind of don't really I'll get know closer. The direction you're going to it's not. It's gonna keep on doing it, and I'm trying to lock it. I wish it would stay set. Oh, there we go. I just turned off the adaptive brightness, so we're good.
Perfect.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
It's the beauty of editing.
It's days like today where you kind of don't really know the direction you're going to go moving forward. You kind of slow, kind of low on money, and hoping to not go broke. Your debt's kind of starting to pile up, and you're like, well, something doesn't happen soon. Kind of just gotta forfeit it all and restart, I guess. Trying not to get to that point, but you know, it's life. It happens. You'll figure it out. I did promise myself though when I lost my last job that I'm not going to work for somebody again because this is
Mm.
technically what put me in that situation. It's my stubbornness that I that I'm not in a better situation, but we're going to go from here to hopefully better in the near future and just keep on moving forward. So yeah, that was almost 2 years ago now. That was rough. That was like we were Emily and I were planning on getting married that October, which is honestly that didn't really affect much. That was like right after we got engaged, actually. Um, I had TJ, I had Frankie, and I had Tamar working for me at that point. Or no, it was Frankie and Tamar and Braxton. And that summer, right before, like we had like 5 employees, 6 employees, and then we went back down to like two, brought back down to Frankie and Tamar, and it's one of those things where like at the time, it's like I don't know, I had maybe like $8,000 to my name, like my personal account was like almost flatline. My what's it called? My savings account was almost flatline. I was debating on taking out of my Acorns account, which only had like $8,000 at the time. Business account was inclusive of that $8,000. Um, and like every other week, it was like, okay, another 2 grand, another 3 grand to pay people, and like I wasn't taking any paycheck up until, well, that's not true. I wasn't taking anything more than $400 every other week,
Yeah.
and and I what's it called? Like I said, every other week it was like everybody, making sure they were getting paid for their hours, doing what they needed to do, um, and growing, or at least trying to keep on growing. But it was like every week was like $2,000 to $3,000, and insurance and whatnot was coming out, and like I had no ideal direction of where I was going. Like the only like active like thing that I was seeking for was just answers, and I was like, it was really rough. Like that night, like I cried after that video. Like that was the first time I ever showed anybody that video, like ever.
Wow.
And like obviously I'm not in that position anymore.
Well, bring us back to that though. So, what exactly is going through your head before and after that video?
So before that video, um, I got hit with um, I got hit with a bill. It wasn't even expensive. It was like $600 or something like that. And I got hit with a um, a guy, and you would know who the person was, threatening to sue me for what was something that wasn't my fault. Do you remember me telling you about the situation?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that was like essentially right before the video. Um, and I knew payroll was coming out like a week from that day. That video was recorded on a it was recorded on um, Tuesday, so it was coming out that week. Um, so like processing payroll and getting everything sorted out so people could get paid. It's like, what do I do? Like, I don't have enough money to float people like I should. Um,
Mhm.
so I was like freaking out, and then I recorded that video. And at this point in time, like you and I have talked a fair amount of time. Like that was after Weatherly. Um, yeah, that was after Weatherly, and you and I have talked about a fair amount of time, and I wasn't like full on like interested in believing to what I thought I was actually believing. So you know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
my perception of what I thought was what I should be doing was not accurate, in what I was actually doing. So literally after recording that video, I was like, my honest reaction was I just sat at my computer and just like stared at it for a while. But my the way my version of prayer is like I literally just like mentally just like close my eyes and like I just try to talk to God. Like
Yep.
so like literally I just sat there for like I don't know 10 15 minutes staring at my computer screen with payroll up, and then I close my eyes and I just like try talking to God, and like it's for me personally, I don't hear anything. It's never visual, it's never verbal, it's nothing like that. Like I know we were talking about different ways people perceive
Mhm.
um hearing God, but I don't.
That's a whole episode.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. I don't. It's hard for me to see things. Maybe I'm not opening my eyes wide enough. But it's one of those things where what I was doing at the time wasn't working for me. Um, but I did I sat there, closed my eyes, and I just like, what can I do? I was like, what can I do? I want to make sure the guys are good. I want to make sure that I have a future. I want to make sure that Emily and I have a stable income and like life going forward. It's scary when you're only living on $400 every other week. That's essentially $800.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like
yeah.
I'm blessed enough to have a Graham that takes care of me, um, like the way she does in the regard of like letting me live there, for free, essentially. Like I'll do what needs to get done or pay for whatever needs to get paid. Like it's not like she ever asks, um, but I'll do what I need to do and pay what I need to pay and go from there. But like I know I told you like when I was getting those paychecks for $400 a week, like I was also saving like maybe I think it was like $100 every week of just into my Acorns account to let it grow, so I wasn't like cheating out on that. Um, but yeah, it's scary when like my credit cards were, I don't know, they were almost like $10,000 for my business, and my personal was probably like $3,000, and like it's one of those things where it's like I don't have enough money to pay this off, so what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like,
You basically go into survival mode at that point.
yeah, you're literally running on empty while trying to drive forward more or push forward more. Uh,
So what really shifted between that video 2 years ago and then even when you started into the right idea? Like what shifted?
well, it, physically or just intrapersonally within
Everything,
myself?
everything, the
Yeah,
whole thing.
so physically, I mean, after that day, I I didn't really, nothing I can really say anything physical. Like I shouldn't really say anything like that. But um, emotionally within myself, like my perspective of like what it is to be grateful for like the people I have around me changed like almost instantly. Like like I said about like me being blessed and grateful that I have a Graham that takes care of me. Like right after that day, I was like, people around me won't let me fail. Like my Graham literally said for whatever reason a few days, like a day or two later, she's like, well, if I've said everything you ever need, like I'm not gonna let you be homeless or anything like that, or like, and like that just floored me. But emotionally, like it was like realization and understanding and appreciation, that the people who want to be a part of your life or care to be a part of your life aren't going to be the ones that hurt you.
Mm.
So, it's one of those like, wow. And then the other thing that changed, so that was more of like maybe emotionally mental based, but like the thing that changed for me mentally was like I looked at my guys the next day because we were going to go on a project. We were actually working in Schnecksville doing the basement renovation. Um,
Okay.
I literally looked at my guys. That was the like a few weeks later, I fired Tamar, but that's besides the
Wow.
point. But I looked at my guys and I'm like, you guys are like what's keeping me afloat right now. Not in the regard of like they are the people keeping the business running in that aspect, because like essentially that's my job, but like they're the ones that are getting the work done. And outside of that, it's like I looked at them and I'm like, no matter what happens, like regardless of regardless of business or um, you know emotional state, I want to make sure that they're good at all points in time. I always want to give people opportunity because like um, something I reflected back on within those few weeks of like after that was like me personally, I have been very um, I've been very fortunate and very um, appreciative of like all the opportunities that have been given to me. So like For example, I was just a kid that I wasn't even a good kid in school. Like I was a positive kid in school, but I was never good grades. Like I was C, B student at
Okay.
best. But I made it to CCTI. Like I was like the 13th pick, and like the girl that left the attendance to go to CCTI was the only one that needed to leave for me to go, and I somehow got in. Like I was 13th and I was like the last person to get in. So I went to CCTI, and from there it was like I did good. I enjoyed what I did. I was like still BC student. I just can't retain the knowledge from books. Like I have to do it. I have to literally do it with my hands to understand.
Yep.
Um, so I was very positive with my outlook on doing it. So my teacher noticed that, and I got referred to a company called Highwood. Um, and I was also like trained essentially by my teacher. At the time, I didn't know he was a very faith-based person. Um, Not until actually really recently, maybe like 2 years ago at most. But he referred me to uh, Highwood. Highwood hired me on, and that was the first like big thing I've ever done in my life. Like I
Mhm.
designed their building. I did like like I was working with architects at the age of 17 years old.
Well,
Like and like they took my designs and built a building out of that. Like
yo, that's wild. I didn't even know that.
yeah, so we went through 23 different revisions for the building until we finally got to the last one. But we were originally going to design it out
You
of
did drawings 24 times?
yeah, well, we did the design 24 times, and then once the design was
Whoa.
finalized, we did the drawings to go with it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, let me see if
Okay.
I could find the picture, I think. So I'll keep on
That's incredible though.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was over the course of over the course of a few months. Um,
right.
so it wasn't like right away, and his idea was to use the material Highwood to do the front face of the building. So it was, something very unique, something that was like very custom. So like he wanted to keep it in house, and then when the design was done, then we'll go to the architects, we'll talk, we'll sit down. Like I was so nervous. I was 17 years old talking to architects, like completely in high school still with people that have doctorates and bachelors that like I have no idea what I'm talking about, or at least
Oh, that's such a cool story.
yeah. So I'm close to finding the picture, I think. Um, Maybe it was 2018, but I was still 17. I know that for a fact. But yes,
Either way, like that's just cool. And
yeah,
to be able to get that much respect
yeah. So this
at
is
17, poof,
yeah.
that's that's awesome.
So this is what the building looked like at first, right? So
Okay.
super old, super bland, super yada yada yada. This was the first design that we created um, out of like Highwood material.
Okay.
So like that was literally the first one, and then it changed a
Mhm.
lot. Because I went to school for architecture, so this was another one. Uh, I lowered the brightness down just so it's not as flashy. So that was another one.
Okay.
Yeah. So then it literally just kept on evolving and changing and growing. I don't have too many pictures from in between there to the final revision, just because.
Oh yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if I
Now
have
I'm just amped up to see the final one.
it's not as bright, colorful or whatever, but it's definitely
That's okay.
still cool. Out here while I'm looking at pictures, there was this one room that we always freaked out over. It was just a chair and a light right in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah, nobody would go in to turn off that light because they couldn't figure out how to turn it off. Um,
creepy. Okay.
yeah, so actually I have to go back to like 2022 after they were done with the renovations. because I actually left right before they were done. Um,
Mm,
so I didn't actually get to be there for like opening day or anything like that, which is unfortunate. Here's like the start of when they started demo at the project, um, and all while still being an architecture school. Like I was doing architecture at the same time as well. So like I was designing like little floor plans, art stuff, and But where are we at here? Let me keep going. This was in the middle of renovate. Like I did all of the interior design as well for the building based off of the window layout. So like this was at the beginning of interior rebuild.
okay. Yeah,
Um, so keep on going through. Uh,
yeah. I'm waiting for the final reveal.
we'll get there. We're getting there. Um, I like it's an actual picture of it like done. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah. Like I actually came back from Pittsburgh to take a picture of it because that's how soon I was out in Pittsburgh after that job. Um, so I literally, like I said, I have to find it. I don't remember exactly when I took the picture. I was already designing other stuff though, and like I was telling my sisters and telling my family like other stuff I designed in Pittsburgh. I think I was telling you yesterday as well about some of that stuff with the hospitals and the
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Pittsburgh airport. Um, we're still getting there. It's a long. I have so many pictures. It's kind of bad, but it's okay. So yeah, that was one of my like most proud moments to go back and see it done.
Yeah, I can understand.
I just gotta find the picture. I should probably like save it as like a highlighted photo, but
Yeah, exactly.
I just haven't. Um, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. When did I go back to not Pittsburgh? Um, there's that. I think I'm close. Um, I'm like, I swear I'm right there, but I don't remember exactly. Um, yeah, I'm trying to find it as fast as I can without skipping over everything, because that's the problem. You skip over it and you're like, okay, I missed it, I think. Or maybe I didn't. Keep going forward. Um, and oh yeah, remember I was telling you about the hospital that I designed?
Mhm.
Um, this I'm trying to find this is it in progress. Like this is something that like I want. Oh, sorry, I would turn the brightness up so it's super bright. This is
Oh yeah, yes, that's cool.
yeah. So that was just a electrical conduit. But where are we at here? My trip to Michigan, working in the Corvette at the time. I don't
We've
know.
just lost everybody.
Yeah, everybody's like, I'll cut this out. That's fine. Or they'll skip towards it. That's okay. It's so far in there. It might be, I don't remember exactly when. That's the only issue. When I took that picture, because I was like driving past. So,
It's too bad you can't search by location. Because like if you could
uh,
search by location, that would make it so much
I
easier.
probably could actually. Now you say that. That's funny.
Oh yeah, try that then.
Yep, yep. We're getting close. I forgot that that was the thing.
I'm a genius.
You are a genius. Um,
Or I'm just not a dummy. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
both. Uh, where's that? Okay, location doesn't bring it up, so might not even be in those pictures. I'll just do this actually. This is just for me to show you. If people want to watch, that's okay. I more so just want to show you. Um, uh, okay, here's the picture.
Do you actually have it?
Mhm.
Let's go.
So this is the
Yo,
yeah, that's the after.
that is cool.
Yeah. So,
Wow. Yeah. To go from that other building to that, like, wow,
hmm yeah,
that's impressive.
yeah. So I like I said, I worked with the architect, so I didn't do any of the actual like engineering of it. I just did the
Right.
design. But still,
Right. Right.
he literally like he gave me that opportunity, and then like I said, I left that, and I was out in Pittsburgh at 18 years old, designing hemp manufacturing machines, like that, not manufacturing, hemp processing machines that extracted hemp with supercritical CO2. And like I designed a whole, this is one of my claims that I love to say is I designed the extraction unit for the world's largest SFC extraction process ever. 1650 liter vessels. They're massive. Like they're cool. And I probably shouldn't show you this information because it's probably proprietary, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. Uh, it's out of date. My non-compete's over. It's fine. So
Okay.
it's a okay. I promise.
I'll
Um,
take your word. I'll take your word.
yeah. So yeah. Okay. Here we go. Actually, so I don't have it on the computer, but no, actually I do have like a small portion of it. So this doesn't look like much, um, because it's like on the computer. It really looks kind of obscure, if anything. Um, but the actual system in and of itself is, I think it was like 20 feet tall. Um, where is it at? It's just me sharing stories now, right, right now. So I could get back to my original point. Um, yeah, here we go. So like that's like 20 feet tall, but like I designed that all
That
by
looks
myself.
that looks crazy though.
Yeah, I mean I had somebody check it over. I'm not.
Well, yeah, obviously. Well, you're gonna have like secondary engineers and QC and all that other stuff. But
Yeah, and the same thing with like this. I
where
ended
did you get this knowledge from? I ask you that with almost everything because like I don't grasp how you have so much understanding of so many things and you're 25,
25,
right?
25.
You're 25. How do you have that much experience to even know anything?
Well,
Like I
I'm
don't.
well, I'm 45 actually.
That- okay, well that would be a bombshell that would absolutely make sense to me.
Yeah, I'd be older than my dad.
Whoa, that doesn't really work out.
Yeah, no, no, no. Now honestly, I think the thing that's with me and
Well, and let me bring it back too, because especially somebody that has a problem with reading and comprehension,
yeah,
like how do you have so much in there? Like how does that work?
well, I mean, how does it work? I don't know how it works personally. I just can retain some things. That's why I struggle with language, but within the engineering aspect and like anything like anything that regards to like numbers and engineering and mathematics or really anything in general like that, like it just sticks. And that's the weird part because like I can look at something like license plates. I did it with Emily. Like I'm very good at memorizing license plate numbers.
It probably is mesmerizing, but yeah.
Yeah, memorizing license plate numbers. I'm good at that, which is weird. But within within the scope of engineering and like just understanding that practice, I think doing it in repetition is one thing, but it's the same thing with construction. Like when I started construction, I didn't know anything. I didn't
I
know how.
understand that.
Yeah,
I really was confused.
yeah, yeah. I didn't know anything. I knew the code. That was about it because of doing engineering. But I just can look at something, understand the practice of how to do it, and once I do it, it's just there. Like,
So basically, you have autism.
sure, let's call it that.
I mean, I can blame a little bit of my weird genius on that too, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just retain eh, things that like I do physically or like if I can see it visually and like alter it with the computer mouse or something like that, I could just do it over and over and over again. Like the only thing that really daunts me because I get nervous is building a motor because I don't want it to blow up. But
Well,
yeah, but like other than that, like anything really, like you give me designs, you give me plans. If I've done it once, I'll do it 50,000 times over at like 99% accuracy. So, and like that's the thing. It's like I just
that's a special kind of understanding right there.
yeah, and like that's the thing. It's like I remember each and every number that goes with it. Like you could ask me anything about drywall. I probably could tell you anything about it now. Tell me anything about trim, outlets, um, code with framing. This is like the second edition we've ever done, but like I could tell you how to build it in and out without concern. I don't know. It's just like that stuff just sticks. But to get back to the original point, I looked at my guys and I'm like, no matter what happens, I'm gonna make sure you guys have the same opportunity that I was given.
Mm,
Like I don't want you guys struggling. Like it's a cruel world out there, and I would rather you guys be safe. And if I have to struggle for that to happen, then that's what it's gonna be.
that's called good leadership, my friend.
I try. Um,
That's what that's called.
so yeah, you were talking. You told me a quote a little bit ago when I was trying to fire Tamar. You remember it?
Mm, I know I got it, but I don't have it exactly. Do you have it
Yeah.
exactly?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, when you gotta eat poop, don't nibble.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. 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 So
Just
yeah,
get the whole thing over with right away.
yeah. And that's the thing.
Yep.
Like that's the thing. You gotta understand that balance. So that was more like my mental um challenge, and like my pure emotional thought was just like I, it's either positive or not. Like I have to completely be in it, or I'm not at all.
Well, I mean, everybody that's successful, every single person has gone through a time where they weren't successful, where
Mm,
they had to fail, where they had to go through struggle to be able to get the knowledge to understand how to do the thing the right way.
yeah.
Everybody.
Mm,
I mean, and most of the time, it's cool because not only do you start over again, but you start over with all of that understanding of how everything went right and how everything went wrong already in your brain.
yep.
So, like, you're starting all over again with a whole new set of understanding.
Yeah.
And because you've already been through each one of those steps across the way, you're already starting at a much higher level.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of fear to move because you're afraid to fail. That's like the stupidest thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you're only failing by not moving.
Yep.
Just move.
Mm-hmm.
Just move. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Just move. If you go through a thing that looks like failure, you'll learn something valuable information that you wouldn't learn otherwise.
Yeah. And
It's a no lose situation, really.
yeah, and I think I don't remember if it was you that said this to me. Maybe it wasn't, or maybe it was a reel that I saw. Um, like how I don't remember exactly how it was worded, and you'll probably remember the verse than me trying to recall it from you saying it or the reel. Um, like Jesus said, um, just move forward. You don't have to run. Like essentially, what it comes down to is you don't have to run. You don't have to, you know, give it your all. progress is just moving forward. Like I think you know which one I'm
I
talking about.
I know where you're after. I don't remember the exact address of that verse. I will find that and read the exact verse because it's a little paraphrased, but
It's very paraphrased. It's very paraphrased. But essentially,
there's there's one that I can think of that it wasn't Jesus, it was Paul. And Paul basically just said, run the race in a way where at the end of the race you know you've done well, is
yeah,
essentially what his whole take was on it.
yeah. Let me look, cause let me look it up real quick. Um,
We'll do it together. We'll do tandem.
yeah. Um, where is it at? Oh, where is it at? There's a lot. Um,
Okay, well one that I know is it's related and it is a red lettered version.
mhm,
It's from Luke chapter 9:62, and I'll tie it in because it doesn't sound like it's directly related, but it totally is.
mhm,
No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God.
mhm.
Meaning, nobody who's working hard that keeps on looking back at what's going on behind them, all the stuff that's already in the past, is fit for serving because
Yeah.
you have to look forward constantly. That one's a pretty good one.
No, for sure. Where is it at? I'm trying to find this one. I'm gonna find it for sure.
Another one that actually kind of works for that too. Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me.
Mm,
And in some versions, it's take up their cross and walk. Um, Following Jesus is completely an act of forward movement, like it has to be. If you're so like the easiest way to think about it,
mm.
that for me, is I think about it like stepping into a river. If you're
Gotcha.
stepping into a river, you don't step into the same spot twice because by the time you come into it again, the river has already moved.
The river's moved
And
far.
right,
Mm,
and unless you're moving in a river, you're technically moving backwards. So
correct.
unless you're moving forward, you're not moving or you're not standing.
Yep.
You're moving backwards because the water is all going past you.
Yep.
That's a lot of how I think of it as following God because people try to think that they're like staying stagnant, but stagnant isn't stagnant because everything is still moving around you.
Mhm.
So you're either going forward or you're going backward.
Yep.
It's black or white.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this last night too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it comes up again. It'll always come up. It'll always be relatable.
It's funny how God does stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely surreal. There's a good word for it. So,
Yeah.
uh, so yeah, it's one of those things. So, yeah, so that was how I felt after that video.
Okay.
You know, a little bit of frustration, upset, but gratitude for everything, and also, you know, caring for the guys. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I just said to you before, that's good leadership. Good leadership is the person who's the leader takes the last position.
mm,
That's just the thing you do. And that's exactly the same with following Jesus. He actually even says the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So,
mm, yep. So, yeah, so that was that. I think that was. I don't even remember where we were going with all that. Like, was it just we were
I
originally?
mean, it was just originally my letter where I was talking
Yeah,
about the difference between rainy days and sunny days and
yeah,
correlating that between motivation versus discipline.
yep, yep. And
So,
that's
yeah, it's one of those things where anytime you can make a connection so vividly
Mhm.
like that, it makes it so much easier to understand for me.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like it also communicates it really well too. You
Mhm.
know.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it definitely did, and I think it's definitely like when you were reading it, obviously I needed to process it, but
Well, right.
it's one of those things that's like just eye-opening, powerful, makes you realize a lot. So yeah, and that was the other thing, discipline versus motivation that
Yep.
I wanted to give you my um, everything of what happened for last Thursday or last Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I know I told you about the beginning where I woke up just like pretty much feeling like a full body rejection of like
Hmm.
honestly just essentially this like me not feeling like I'm doing the right thing, not in the aspect of me not doing the right thing, but just like me being unsure, me being like where am I at in life? What's going on? What's happening? And like I don't think I've ever had that feeling before where it's like I feel like I felt that before. I don't think I've ever had that feeling. But like we talked about it a lot and well a fair amount. I wouldn't say a lot, but we talked about it a fair amount between yesterday and a few other days. And realizing like okay, I need to process my thoughts. So when we talked about it, that was one thing, able to process it based off of logic and based off, uh, uh, from your advice, it's based off of logic and based off of faith. So that helps me within that realm. And then the other realm, when I asked my friend, um, and then they gave me advice, it was like just trying to reframe my mind because like I'm so like enveloped within I was so enveloped within that, I was like trying to just reframe it, you know. So that's why I asked them, and they helped a lot. They helped a lot, really, and I appreciate that from everything from them. So and you, let me make that clear, and you. I think that's clear, but I want to say
Right.
that again. Thank you. Um, so talking with them and talking with you over like the last 24 hours, like I had like an eye-opening moment, but then it didn't hit me until today. Like it did not hit me
Okay.
until today. Um, like yesterday, the eye-opening moment was like, let me just figure out how to word it real quick without trying to sound stupid. um, it was like at home where I'm at. Like I'm super unhappy there. I think that's pretty clear. I'm pretty sure I've told you
Yeah.
that a few times. Emily knows that. I know that. But I'm just unhappy there. That's not my place. But within the motivation and dedication, like the motivation aspect, I can motivate myself. That's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. I can motivate myself to do essentially whatever it is I want to put my mind to. Um, and some things take longer than others, other things go quicker. Um, but what I lack out there is motivation from others in general. Like most of my motivation comes from comes from you. A lot of it does, genuinely.
Okay.
Um, and occasionally it comes from other sources, like the guys at the at work, like
Yeah, that makes sense.
the guys at work occasionally, Emily occasionally, my gram occasionally, but like there's the conversations that we have are not. I'm just going to use the word fruitful, like we always talk about. They're not. They're not there. They're not what I'm looking for or what I need is the best way to put it. Like I don't have that kind of life over there. And I didn't really put that together until today. Like, we had the event with Zoe, my
Right.
sister, and we were at the church. And, like, when I was there, I just felt something different again. Like,
Mhm.
I felt at one, I felt like a presence of, like, happiness and God and community and, like,
Can I reframe it as joy instead of happiness?
yeah, yeah. So, joy,
Yep.
the presence of God to whatever capacity I was receiving it as. Like when I say that, I mean like everybody experiences it differently, but like I just felt a different presence there.
Hmm.
Um, and like every
Similar to the same thing at our Grace.
yeah, similar.
Yeah. Okay.
Like yours was a lot more emotional, like in a I want to cry out right now, but up
Yeah,
here
I've done that several times.
yeah, but over here it was more along the lines of like a joyous, like I just feel this is where I belong, at least right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's not because my sister, it's not because family. Like this one guy, his name's Ed, and he's from Puerto Rico. I yeah, he's from Puerto Rico, and he's like such a sweethearted guy. And talking with him, like he comes up to me and like greets me like I've known him his whole entire life, and like Pastor Matt, he leads worship. Him and I like meet up, we'll talk, like everything. And it's like I have conversations like that with people over there, but it's not the same. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's not the same. Like, you can have conversations with people about the exact same thing, but the intention behind it is different between people.
Oof. Ooh, you are going down a really good path there. I like it. I like it.
And that's what I realized today. It's like when I talk to people over in like Northeast PA, like nothing wrong with the people that are there. Everybody has their own different like perceptions and perspectives and life challenges that they're going through right now. So maybe the way that I'm talking to somebody over there is at the wrong time, whatever. But when I'm not here, it's like I just feel more than what I've ever felt before. Like I literally it wasn't even a church service and like I'm over here sharing um Bible talk with a guy named Jamie and Ed and I already forgot his name. I stuck with names. Anyway, a few other people as well. And it's just like so eye-opening and like made me realize today. It's like this is what I'm missing. This is
Do
the
you
place I
remember
want to be.
the evaluation tool that I told you for friendships, for relationships, for everything? Like the evaluation tool is, do I feel like I'm being pulled up
Yeah,
or down
yep.
by this relationship? And not that you can't have a relationship with somebody that's pulling you down, because you can be the one to help pull up.
Mm,
Like that's okay. It's
yep.
not like that's a problem. But you have to understand where you're at with it before you really like invest too much time or effort, because if you don't realize that you're the one pulling up, you're going to get pulled down because you're trying to pull down too, and you both get pulled down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's a really good way to evaluate, especially even with new relationships, because you can pretty much tell like right away.
Yeah.
At least I know I can. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking on behalf of myself, but I know I can tell almost right away because you can feel intention.
Hmm.
Like you can feel intention.
Yeah. And I'd say I'm decent with it. I give too much grace to people. Um, I
But that's not
forgive a lot.
necessarily a bad thing, though.
No,
It's
it's
not.
not. It's not. No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is like within that, I tend to allow more than what I should allow without having
Mm.
respect for personal boundaries.
Well, right. Boundaries are a really, really, really important thing.
Yep.
It's something that takes a while to learn for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like really good at it right off the rip, but they struggle with something else.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one for me too, was boundaries, because only child, I'm trying to be friends with everybody. Like that's what I want to do. Like I want to be friends with everybody. But at the same time, if you give a little piece of yourself to every single person that you're with,
Mm-hmm.
and 90% of them are just taking and not giving back, there's only 10% of you there,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
because you're only getting a little bit back and most of it is just giving out. And like that's exhausting. It really is. It's an
Oh yeah, for
exhausting thing.
sure. Yeah, it's way more tolling than what people think it actually is.
Yep.
So
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's self-destructive if you don't understand.
Mm-hmm. For
And
sure.
that's why I'm saying that evaluation tool of am I being pulled up or down is so important because if everybody you're around is pulling you down, well, number one, you have a bad circle. That's number one.
Yeah.
But number two is you got to figure out a different way, like because whatever it is that you're doing right now isn't helping. And just to be clear too, I want to be really, 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 really clear.
Mm.
I follow the two rules that Jesus gave, which is love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. I still love the people that pull me down, and I try to love them well,
Hmm.
you know, especially somebody that I know that's struggling right now. Because, like, anybody that's in the middle of something crazy isn't going to be real good at pulling somebody else up. Like,
Yep.
it just is what it is.
Hmm.
But when you're in a relationship where it's constantly only pulling, eh, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that because, like, regardless, like, even with you and I, for
Hmm.
example, there have been times where each of us were pulling each other up, like for sure.
Hmm.
And that's the relationship that I'm trying to talk about. Is like because we've both pulled each other down with certain things,
Hmm.
just whether we're in our minds, well, in our heads is really a better way to say it. Whether we're in our feelings,
Yeah.
whether something crazy went on, or even the other way when something really good happens and we're trying to tell the other one and it doesn't land right
Yeah.
because either you're having a bad day or I'm having a bad day and like, oh cool, you just got a $200,000 job. I don't really care.
Mm. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it, but in the relationship as a whole, you and I both do both. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And that's that give and take that
Exactly.
that that I'm not getting here. That's why I say like I
No,
get.
I understand.
Mm, and it's from like a lot of people. Like it's very few that I get that from. So
Right.
that's why I cherish this um, friendship, relationship, however you want to word it,
Hey, man, you're my
significantly more.
brother. 100%. I'm not going that far.
I know.
It's only Spanish.
It's always yeah, yeah. My nana, she has her house decorated and all this stuff. So like, it's
Oh,
Africa.
nice.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah, there's some other stuff in here too that she has. Um, but yeah, it's primarily a lot of like African heritage stuff. So
Which is totally cool. I like that.
yeah, no, it's cool. Me growing up in a white home, never thought I'd ever experience
Right.
it.
Right. Right.
So
Yep.
yeah, but yeah, so I realized a lot of that today. You know, that was that was something that was eye-opening and made me really think and question and understand where I need to be. So
Well, I mean, and the good news about that is you've already made plans and started making moves.
mm,
So it's not necessarily like a total loss of anything, or like it's not like you don't know what to do.
yeah, and it's
You
not
know
like,
what I mean?
and the other thing is too, it's like it's weird on how I picked here. You know what I mean? Like I just decided to move here because I felt being called here for whatever reason. Like at the time I was not, was
And
not
you say you don't hear from God. I
fair.
think you just don't know how to listen yet. That's all.
That's fair. Um, but what's it called? I got pulled here. I pretty much set a few different anchors here to like not let me leave for quite a while.
Well, I mean, number one is finding that your biological father and their family is there.
Well, even
Like
even
that's
be.
that's no, I know, but that's like such a huge deal
Mhm.
that that definitely shifted the direction that the ship was going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that that was the only thing,
No,
but
but even beyond that, like houses out here, making sure I had tenants out here, like even just coming back to do the work on that stuff, like even minuscule stuff like that, it's like for whatever reason I could have just sold it and let it go and called it a day, but like I'm selling one now, but like I always kept on to it for no apparent reason. Like it was just like I need to get rid of it, but like I don't want to. Like there's something saying for just to keep it to
and
stay.
that's what I'm saying. You hear from God, I promise you.
Yeah. Um, but like yeah, now it's like and like Ed. I mean, I love talking to Ed. Ed's such a great guy. I'm talking to Ed. He's like, he was joking with me. He's like, when are you moving back out here? I'm like, I don't know if I ever will. Like, this was like 3 months ago at that event, the church event, and lo and behold, 3 months later, I'm talking to Ed. I'm like, hey, I'm moving back. It's like gonna be like 5, 6 months. So,
Yep.
and he's like, dude. And then like they were trying to invite me to a men's retreat this weekend. And I'm like, I would love to go. He's like, well, you could shoot guns and race cars. And I'm like, what kind of men's retreat is this? This is
This
crazy.
okay. This is the men's retreat that we have too. It's the same kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, I would love to go if I was here.
Right,
Um, but yeah, they start it Saturday and I leave tomorrow morning, so
right.
that's all right. It happens. So, but yeah,
Is it tomorrow morning yet? It's getting close.
it's close. We're not gonna leave till like 9:30, 10 o'clock at this point. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, so I'll wake up around 8, maybe a little bit like earlier, 7:30, and then we're gonna go see my house in Pittsburgh, or not Pittsburgh, McKeesport, because she's out of the house now, my tenant.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'll be able to move stuff in, and I have to cut the grass because it's quite overgrown.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's a bad thing, but it's a thing. So, um, so yeah, no, yeah, it's nothing but positives when I'm out here, like genuinely. So,
Well, I've I've said it to you before. When you're moving in a direction that's part of the plan,
mhm,
there's no real resistance there.
yeah, no, there's really not, there's really not any here.
When God's moving before you, he clears the way better than anyone else can.
Mhm, yeah, I'm realizing that as we keep going along. So,
I love doing this. This is so fun.
yeah, no, for sure.
I love doing this.
I'm glad that well, I'm glad about this. Let me make that clear first. But I'm glad that like I was able to be here in Pittsburgh to do this again. Because I know the first episode I was in Pittsburgh, second episode I
Yep.
wasn't, third episode now I am again. But first episode, like it was exciting. It was new. Second episode I was home trying to get everything sorted out, and it was still fun. But third episode, like I was really like struggling all last week or Thursday into this week, and then Tuesday didn't
Oh,
work out.
thank you so much for bringing that back because there was something that I wanted to say about that too, but continue.
Yeah, Thursday or Tuesday it didn't work out. Wednesday, yesterday it didn't work out, and then today, like it was like a good time to return back to it because like I was able to fully process what I was struggling with to then
And
bring it back
again,
here.
in God's timing.
Yeah. So,
You had to be able to process through everything so that you weren't crazy if we would have done it on Tuesday when you were still all in your feels, you know.
yeah, I would have been, well, I would have won, but it would have been in my fields. But the other thing that I would have gone through was like I would have probably like been more upset that I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, that's like that imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I feel fake.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, you said
You
you wanted
feel
to
like
bring.
you don't deserve the thing that you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so no, what I was going to say is you processing through everything got you to where you needed to be anyway. But this is something that I learned to help me process, especially when I'm really feeling something strongly.
Hmm.
And this brings it all the way back to the letter in the beginning because it's the difference between motivation and discipline is regardless of how I feel. Like let me just give an example. So when I did the bodybuilding prep,
Hmm.
right? It was 16 weeks, crazy. Everything's weighed out. Every single thing is weighed out. Like the amount of water that I drink is weighed out. The amount of food that I consume is weighed out. The pre workout is measured. The
Hmm.
protein powder is measured. Everything is measured to a T. And I definitely had a little bit of struggle every once in a while because we had donuts at church. And walking past a whole rack of really fresh donuts. Oh yeah, they got me a few times. I'll be honest. I didn't completely go 100% on my diet, but when it got closer to the show time, like I'm peeled, I'm really shredded, like looking good, full still, and it was a struggle to like get up. to just do the walking that I did for the cardio.
Mhm.
And it was like, why am I even doing this? This is so hard. Like, what am I doing? This is so dumb.
Yeah.
But I had to push myself to do it anyway because I really wanted to accomplish it.
Mm.
It was one of those things where like I needed to get to the finish line
Mm.
because I had already put in 15 weeks. I can't put in one more week.
Yeah.
Like you did 15 weeks without any issue, but your 16th week you're gonna just give up.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's not me. So I pushed through and did it anyway. And it was one of those things where like I had to run off of discipline instead of motivation because the motivation all had left the chat. Like it
Yeah.
was gone. The motivation had left the chat actually probably by like week 12
Mm.
in all honesty. But it was one of those things where I just had the goal in mind and I just pushed forward to the goal. And I'm gonna put that into perspective with life. So if your goal is to be successful in business and the first time something went sideways, you freaked out and lost your crap over something, how long are you going to own that business, Austin?
Not at all. Not long.
Right. And when it's something like that, when it's something like your business, or even when it's something like other external, like your kids,
Mhm.
like your kid, oh my gosh, this kid just won't stop doing something. But it's not like you give up on them.
Mhm.
You don't.
Exactly.
You
You
don't
don't.
do that. You don't give up on your business either. The problem is so many of us are so quick to give up on ourselves,
Mhm.
and you don't even realize you're doing it because you're compromising because you just lose sight of the goal. And what I'm getting at is if your goal is to just be a decent human being,
Mhm.
like, I mean, God in the mix or not, if your goal is just to be a decent human being and you're really upset, well, how can you do that?
Mhm.
Because if you're really upset from something, you're hurt, you're angry, you're scared, whatever emotion that you got going on, if you're stuck in that, you're not going to move the way you need to move to be the decent human being. The
Yeah.
whole hurt people thing.
Yep.
So you have to figure out a way to just press on despite the fact that you don't feel good. And I'm not making it like a pull up yourself by your bootstraps thing. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I get
What
that.
I'm saying is have small goals, like
Mhm.
small goals. And when you reach one of your small goals, well, awesome. Now you've already at least accomplished that one thing for the day.
Yep.
So now you have a win, even though despite you're feeling crappy. And like, I'm not a therapist. I'm not saying it like I'm giving any kind of medical advice, nothing
Yeah.
like that. I'm just saying this is what works for me.
Mhm.
And one of the other things that's super important too is to just remember that if you are a believer, your heavenly Father loves you. Your heavenly Father's with you. He's going to be through the whole thing with you. Sometimes you just don't realize what's actually happening isn't that you don't see him. What's actually happening is he's trying to do something to move you, and
Yep.
you're not going to move on your own. So he has to make it uncomfortable enough that you'll move
Yeah.
so that you see the thing.
Yeah. So they
And
gotta
in your
push through.
case, that's very much applicable for your case.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just one of those. It's one of those things where the hindsight is always so much easier to understand. It's just while you're in the middle of the storm that it's so confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. It's very true. And it's people do lose sight a lot within that. So yeah. I'm just like
But
there.
actually, hold on, hold
Holding.
on.
Holding.
This just came to me because it's so applicable. It's another one of my devotionals to my team.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
I have I have really vivid dreams.
Mhm.
Not every night, and definitely not like it's probably once or twice a week.
Mhm.
And I've gotten really into like analyzing what the dream actually says because like there's always some kind of theme.
Mhm.
There's always something going on in the dream, and this was one from the other night. What day was that? It was October 7th when it happened, so it was only a couple of days ago.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So Yeah, it was like in the night, well, in the morning of October 7th. Like it was like 3 in the morning. This is written at 3 in the morning. So if anything sounds a little funny, just bear with me.
Okay.
But I titled it Grace After the Crash. And
Okay.
I'm gonna just read it letter because it reads it better the whole way. So another dream, another message, because I've given them other dreams that I've had before. Hey team, I had another dream last night that felt like a message straight from God. In the dream, we were at youth camp. I was a leader counselor, and we were running this race. And me and another boy were like crushing it. We were so far ahead of everyone else that we actually stopped to grab snacks. We played around on the intercom for a little bit, and then still had time to jump back into the race and win it by a good margin. It felt fun and lighthearted, like we were just plain winning in life and everything. Right after that, we hopped into a car, and everything changed. We started crossing these sketchy, narrow bridges, the kinds that make your palms sweat just looking at them. Then we hit one that was going over the ocean, and the waves started crashing over the car, sometimes even submerging us completely. Like, I'm talking feet of water on top of me.
Hmm.
But somehow, we made it across. Right after we crossed what was the most nerve wracking narrow one, I had finally made it to regular roads again. I started coming up to this hill where there was a stoplight, and then I crashed. It was totally my fault. I had rear-ended the car that was at the stoplight at the top of the hill, but the people I hit, they were calm, kind, and understanding. There was no anger. We didn't even exchange insurance information, just total grace and a little bit of work to do. To give the background on the work to do piece, I do cosmetic repairs for my job
Mm.
for cars. So like it was small enough damage that I was able to handle the repair.
Mm.
So here's the breakdown of everything because that was the dream.
Mm.
The race, when you're running strong. That first part, the race, represents those seasons when everything is going right. We're leading, thriving, confident in our calling. We're ahead of the curve and we feel unstoppable. But sometimes, even right after a mountaintop, God lets you walk into a valley, not to break you, but to balance you. He reminds us that our strength isn't what carries us, His grace does. Let
Mm.
the one who thinks he stands take heed lest he fall, which is from 1 Corinthians 10:12. Victory isn't a bad thing, but when you're running ahead, stay humble enough to remember who gave you those legs to run. The narrow bridges, faith in tight spaces. I think those bridges represent the seasons when life feels like there's no room for error, pressure, fear, uncertainty. But God doesn't bring you to narrow places to crush you. He brings you there to grow you. Every time you think, I can't make it, He whispers, yes, you can. I'm with you. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. It's from Psalm 23.
Mm.
You don't just stop on the bridge when you get to it, you have to pass through it. Now, this one's the really cool part, the waves.
Mm-hmm.
Submerged but sustained. Then came the waves. The car went under, water covering everything. That's what it feels like when that's what it feels like when life hits you so hard you can't breathe. But notice in that dream, I didn't drown. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. That's from Isaiah 43:2. I was submerged, but sustained. God didn't keep the storm away. He kept me alive inside of it. This is the
Mm.
connect right here. Sometimes his goodness isn't about calm seas. It's about keeping you steady in the middle of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is my favorite part of the whole thing, the crash. Grace after the mistake. After the bridge, after the victory, came the crash. That's real life, right? You survive the storm, but then you make a dumb mistake. But notice in the story, the people involved weren't angry, they were gracious. That's God's heart. We crash, we fail, and He meets us with mercy instead of wrath. He does not treat us as our sins deserve, which is from Psalm 103:10.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's your fault, His grace shows up in the people around you. No insurance, just relationship. So in the dream, we didn't call the insurance company because grace isn't a system. It's a savior. Insurance covers damage through paperwork. Grace restores through presence.
Hmm.
Another one. Romans 5:8. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God didn't send a policy, He sent a person. Grace doesn't file a claim. It climbs into your wreck and helps you walk away redeemed. Last section, the God who stays after the crash. Here's what this dream showed me. You can run ahead. You can face tight bridges. You can survive crashing waves, and you can even wreck afterward. And still, God is good. He didn't let the bridge break. He didn't let the water drown me. And He didn't let my crash define me. He reached down from on high, took hold of me, drew me out of deep waters. He rescued me because He delighted in me. That's from Psalm 18.
Mm-hmm.
I was submerged but sustained. I crashed but found grace. And I messed up, but I was met with mercy. He's not just the God who gets you across the bridge. He's the God that stays with you even after the crash.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
wild.
It's amazing how well that fit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I had to bring it up because I was like that's exactly the picture that I'm talking about.
It fits real well.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a wild dream, first of all, and
Yeah.
being able to put all of that together and being able to even remember any of it.
Well, that's why I did it at 3:30 in the morning because I woke up and I was like, "Oh, that was so good." So I'm sitting there on the edge of my bed just typing
Yep.
because I didn't want to forget any of the details.
No,
So,
for sure. Sorry. Yeah.
oh boy, this whole midnight thing's got you a little doozy.
Yep. Midnight. So, but yeah, no, yeah, no, that's I like I said, I couldn't even imagine remembering a dream like that, but to be able to correlate and relate it back to everything that you just did is like way beyond me still. Like I'm still working on getting
That's
there.
okay. It's okay. I'm practiced, and I actually love, like I said, that I'm practicing my creativity within connecting things
Hmm.
because, like, I feel like it's making me so much more able to really connect what the Bible says with real life.
Hmm.
Like that's the part. I want everybody to see it, man.
Hmm.
Like I told you before, I want everybody to experience this. Like the love and mercy that I've felt, the grace that I've felt, the just overall presence that I feel with God. I want everybody to have that, man. I want that. It's
Hmm.
so cool.
Yeah, and it'll happen. I mean, it'll happen within due time, but who knows how it'll happen? Who knows how it'll happen, but it will happen. Is the best way to put it.
Right on.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good place to stop. But what do you think?
I'm good with that. We can stop for this time.
All right, well, it's your turn this time.
Ooh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't even thinking about that, but I got you. I got you. All right, dear Heavenly Father, just thank you so much for tonight. Thank you for just your word and your presence and your grace and your mercy and just all of those things you bless us with. Thank you for the ability to be able to see you in the mundane, in the small things, in the not so direct things. I appreciate that for me. But can you please just help everybody to experience your presence in a similar way? Meet them exactly where they are and show them who you are. Allow anybody that calls on you to just understand who you are and just feel your presence. Come with them with authority and just show them that you are the God of the universe. You are Yahweh. Like just show them. And Lord, I just pray that you continue to bless Austin and I. Give us the ability to keep communicating well. Help us to just be able to just be your servant and show everybody what it is that you're doing in our lives, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly, the boring, whatever it is, Lord. Just help us to show it. But thank you for everything you're doing for us, Lord. We love you so much, and we give you this day. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.